Hello, and welcome back to Rogue Trader. We are right above the ice world in the Frozen Prince, and we have just fucking killed a couple of Chaos Marines and a Hellbrute. It was fucking easy. Now, if I'm not mistaken, the only thing we really have on our to-do list is on Footfall. This is something else. Should I speak with Marashai real quick? That's not the bridge. That's the bridge. You'd think the bridge would be like the quickest thing to load, because you have to go here a lot, but I guess not. Guess they wanted the bridge to look nice, so they put a bunch of assets here. I don't know how fucking loading shit in video games actually works. I just imagine that if you have a lot of assets, things load slower. There is the boy. Let's speak to him real quick.
Rogue Trader.
Have we not
I have
spoken about this?
What is it to you?
I demand an explanation, I guess.
It was the mandrakes that I used to get you before. Creatures from the depths of Kamara. They thought they could ambush me here on this barge of yours. I taught them a painful lesson. I carved the symbol of Azuriesh on one's throat and hurled it back into the shadows to serve as a message to whoever dares to come for me the next time. If they come calling again, they'll be given the same welcome that I gave them before. So temper your fear. The mandrakes are only interested in getting to me, and I know how to deal with unwanted visitors.
Okay.
Then go.
And let the legend come back to life. I don't know if that moves his quest at all. I thought I had done that dialogue. Maybe I reloaded at some point within. I don't know. So I guess we're going to the Furibunda system. It looks like one yellow jump and rest green. 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 And a big green one. Should we briefly... I'll save the game. Let's try and go to the Imperium. Surely nothing can go wrong. Lord Captain, Raver on the line. The astropaths are going crazy in the little chamber. They are reporting severe warp disturbances along our intended route. Looks like the moor is completely impassable. I've seen this before, yes. And if you ask me, going in there is not a good idea. For us or any other ship. Let's just chill. And not do that. I know I spent the insight, but... it's slightly frustrating that it's a question mark, but whatever. It's fine. I don't remember all of these things. Crucis' blessing is this guy. Do I have anything else? Yeah, I can do this. Not quite to the next level. But it's something. Can I speak to these guys again? Or for the first time? No desire to communicate. Okay. Footfall then. Lord Captain, we have received a Vox message from Footfall. The Inquisition has declared martial law on the station due to the threat of malleus extremis. Docking will require special permission, and even most of the asteroids have been cordoned off. The station's custodian, Her Ladyship Incendia Chorda, sends her greetings and invites your ladyship to disembark at the docks with a small retinue. Her enforcers will meet you there to escort to another chamber for a private audience. The vox crackles with static and Jai's honeyed voice fills the air. Vigdis, the salve for my heart. Forgive me the intrusion, but I have important business with the rogue trader. Oh, Shireen, I simply wish to remind you about my numbskull crew who got themselves captured by some rival ashmags. Vladaim is too occupied for schemes, and besides Incendia Chorda has already put him in his place, which leaves only Falco. May the Ashi tear his soul to pieces. Footfall is straight ahead, and I would rather not waste the precious sand still left in the hourglasses of their lives. He threw a wrench into the works, making my trade network fall apart like a badly assembled chrono. No income, no profits, only damages. All because my right hand is chained up on one of Footfall's asteroids. How about we pay Falco a courtesy visit? I'm sure your imposing visage will loosen his tongue, and maybe, just maybe, untie the hands of my crew. Let's go and see what happened to your crew. Shireen, have I ever mentioned that you are the most fragrant rosebush in the entire blossoming garden of the Corona's expanse? If this is all you have to say... Wait. Was it Vigdis? Oh, I thought it was Raver. Oops. If this is all you have to say... The Voxmaster unceremoniously boots Jai from the channel. Apologies, Lord Captain. What would be your instructions? What other options for landing on Footfall do we have? We have none, Lord Captain. The Augurs are reporting that all docking gates not watched by the enforcers are locked and rigged with explosives. Very well, let us take a look at Footfall's new hospitality. Lord Inquisitor and Lord Captain. And I kind of feel like Heinrichs might have something interesting to say to the Lord Inquisitor, so I kind of want him along. And I want Jai along for the quest. Is Argenta the one we leave? I think so. The option would be Cassia, but... nah. Alright. Footfall Atrium is interesting we're landing here. I hope we won't have need for Argenta's explosive skill. Demolition, that's what it's called. We'll just have to see. Waste you in the square. Oh, hey, our buddy. What's our formation looking like? Let's do that. Salutary functionality initiated. Glory House Phone Valansis. Trade Terminal SATA 4233 MU. Property of the Adeptus Mechanicus Explorator Cognizance Fleet. Ready to process incoming requests. Date your request. Glory to the Omnissiah. This is a new one, actually. Who are you? Identification request accepted. Acceptable response found here. Oh shit. I can't do this with him? Here indeed. This unit's identifier is Trade Terminal Zeta 42//33MU. Designated purpose, procession trading and information requests and offers made to the Adeptus Mechanicus Explorator Cognizance Fleet. State your request, Glory to the Omnissiah. Where is Opticon 22? Information request accepted. Acceptable response found. Hear and heed. The unit Logis Opticon 22 was instructed to leave the location Footfall and head to the strategic location Euphrates 2 in order to provide support for the Explorator Cognizance fleet. After standard rites were performed on Trade Terminal SATA 33MU, he was deemed an adequate functional replacement and received the blessing to process request at the location Footfall. State your request, glory to the Omnissiah. Why do you keep saying glory to the Omnissiah? Information request declined. Acceptable response not found for the following reason. Hear and heed. Request falls outside processing trade and information request and office functionality. Try re-saying your request. Without missing a beat, the tech priest adds confidently, glory to the Omnissiah. How are you doing working on the Incendia Chordas rule? Information request accepted. Acceptable response found. Hear and heed. The unit rogue trader Incendia Bastal Chorda and the said unit's actions have no significant effect on the operation of this Explorator Cognizance fleet mission, since the said unit has no jurisdiction over the Adeptus Mechanicus or any assets thereof. Glory to the Omnissiah. I'd like to make a deal. Failed to pass request. Were you seeking to access to trading interface? Glory to the Omnissiah. Requesting access to the trading interface. Thank you. We have a few more things here that we could possibly give to them. How am I looking on my projects? Done. 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 I do want to get my reputation with Explorators up. That's like the last thing I have. But I also don't remember what the other things are. Like the other, what else I can gain from the other factions. Can't remember that at this point, so I'll hold off. Be cautious, they say. Willing to die, the bar patrons made the last stand right here. The bar patrons? Are we in... Don't I have one of those already? Something similar? No, we're here. Oh shit. Well, Shireen, what do we have here? A cowardly ashmag wants to get his paws on my certificate without even working up a sweat. Considering the circumstances currently affecting Footfall, the only fitting place this filth could be hiding is in the sewers. Her nose wrinkles at the very thought. A nasty spot, with a powerful whiff about it, that is true. But I swear to you, Shireen, you won't come up with a better trap for Falco. I know these tunnels like the back of my hand, and the most delicious part of all is that Ashmag chose to go in there. He'll wish he hadn't. Of course, that's only if the Ashi doesn't mess things up for us and everything goes to plan. And if it doesn't... She breaks off, her shoulders sagging under the weight of her doubts. If it doesn't, my gang are dead, Shireen. One wrong move, one wrong word. Gah. Throne damn that Ashmag. Why is everything so difficult? Perhaps I should just give him the Mercatum Tabula Officiale. Falco's not a complete idiot. He won't risk such a valuable payoff. He'll hold up his end of the deal and give me Torah and the others. Explain your plan in more detail, please. The gist is that we need to go down into the sewer tunnels of Footfall, connect a tank of sleeping gas to the old ventilation system and direct the airflow to Falco's hideout. And, of course, pray to the Exalted One that the Ashmag's jackals don't spot us. It's true, Shireen. It's going to be a little trickier than it seems. Falco is desperate, so he's bound to have his thugs patrolling the tunnels. If we go crashing around down there, he'll know something is afoot. And while Falco's feeling jumpy, her nostrils flare with impotent rage. Heads roll. Where are we going to get a tank of sleeping gas? Jai stares at you, trying to decide if you're joking or completely serious. What do you take me for? I have acquired it already. Don't worry, I have everything covered. Alright, how do we get into the tunnels? Most of the passages have been sealed off by Chorda's hounds, but there is one they definitely haven't got to. She visibly perks up and winks at you. Time to pay a visit to Octi and the Adeptus Amasecus, Sherin. Alright. Come, it is time to enter the sewers. To the Amasecus we go, Sherin. Do you have other pressing business to handle on the way there? We'll see, I suppose. But the Amasecus... Sweet rotten odor. Isn't the Amasecus on a different...
Why would a homunculus establish a lair in the middle of the forests of Quetzaltemer? I thought Drakari feared to be in real space.
I'm more discouraged to see signs of humans in the same place. There is a dark alliance lurking beneath this veil of mystery. Something far more frightening than any typical cold trade deal.
I always keep my options open.
Do I... Actually... Is the Amasecus... Like... let me just check something real quick. Oh. Well. That's how it is. Inquisition troopers.
I always have a backup
Alright.
plan.
Oh shit. Does that say something I'm supposed to be able to read? Oh shit. Hello. Anver. Oh. Oh, hello,
Is there money to be
Hieronymus. Behold, noble Jane, as Footfall transforms before your very eyes. In the wake of your toils, this den of depravity will once again become a testament to the Emperor's greatness, as was its original design. Does it bring you delight? His gaze is alight with awe. He breathes in the smell of burnt flesh and promethium and says, that. Your expedition perished, I will say, and give him the diary. He studies the diary for a while in silence, then says grimly, Captain Verkel was a kind but fallible man. So was my brother in service, Gravik. So were the 4,822 pilgrims aboard the Wasteland Wayfarer many years ago. It grieves me that their kindness failed the test that the void presented them with. Let the deaths serve as a reminder to us. Corruption has many faces and can stain even the purest of souls. Thank you for the news, Lord Captain. Colony AIII 649 Minoris is hereby officially declared fallen and lost. I found this scripture in the ruined abode of Jessavon. I don't remember what the fuck that is. What is it? A martyr's work for a lost colony? No, Reverend. It is a blasphemous text, the product of the mind of a heretic and an apostate who betrayed humankind. One should know the face of one's enemy. He nods grimly. Your vigilance is great. We will steel our hearts against this new breed of heresy that is pressed into these unclean pages. Can we move our conversation to place more befitting people of our rank? Why? For a missionary, his temple is the back patch of deck beneath his feet. From where I stand, I can clearly see the life of my flock, all its bustling, blooming. If I were in the habit of locking myself in a temple, would I have made it in time to intervene in the massacre of your subjects from Kavagama? No. Truth resides not in golden halls, but here, in the square, among the people. Golden halls are home to other, far filthier things. The Emperor protects. Professors. I was just curious what that dialogue would lead to. Servitors, confessors. Let's go around here, try not to get flamed in the meantime. I can guess what all of these say. Actually, do they all? Piracy. Dissent, okay. Heresy. Piracy. Heresy. Blasphemy. Curfew.
Rise to the top or get left in the dust.
Things are pretty rough here, it would seem. Very well.
Just as I planned. Let us not dawdle.
Something's going on up here. Oh shit. Mercy, our families are starving. We only have taken a couple of Nutribars. Lies. I see clearly with my naked eye the corruption that has engulfed your nature. Only the cleansing fire can absolve you now. Guilty. Oh boy. This fire... Oh shit. Bro protects me. Guilty. Burn him. Fucking shot her with a plasma gun. Nothing happened. Isn't that curious? Incendia Chorda is absorbed in reading a long strip of parchment. Her left hand is holding a silver spoon with which she is carefully scooping up brain matter from the open skull of the man contorted next to her. What? Jane from Valancius. I have been informed of your arrival. Exhaustion has crisscrossed Incendia's features with lines. Her cheek is twisted in a continuous nervous tick. Yet her eyes are ablaze with indomitable resolve. A brilliant aura of power and righteous fury surrounds her like a mantle. She gracefully brings a gold-plated inhaler to her lips, takes a deep breath, and the fire in her gaze flares like a plasma thruster. Gonna examine her. One look at Incendia's full dress and uniform shows that it has not been changed in many days. The collar is greasy and the laces are stained with sweat. The air is tinged with the smell of an inhaled stimulant that is used to give serfs the ability to work multiple watches without rest. I'm gonna have to ask. I'm gonna point to the man with the open skull and ask, what is that? Incendia sinks her silver spoon into the man's brain and slowly consumes this revolting morsel. I must know the taste of a criminal's thoughts. It is how I learn to recognize their patterns. I'm sorry, but that's disgusting. Actually, I'm gonna challenge her. I'm gonna finish the man, and I'm gonna say, this entertainment of yours reeks of corruption. She does not bat an eye at the man's death. She does not bat a man. She does not Batman, that's what she doesn't. A laughable accusation. Do you think yourself capable of detecting corruption? Something wild sparks in her pale eyes. You know not the first thing about perceiving it, sensing it, peering into people's souls and seeing the heinousness therein. You do not know what it's like to look at their faces and see the brand of their impious deeds. But I know it all too well, and none will escape my wrath. I have encountered sanctioned death cults that practice cannibalism as part of their way of praising the Emperor. A surprisingly large number of them harbored heresy within. You have suspicions about me? Well, it is your duty to suspect. But do your eyes see a trespass here? No, I have committed no malefaction against him. What manner of slaughterhouse is this? Some atrocious travesty of justice? Incendia jerks her chin up and responds haughtily. This is true justice, unprejudiced, inescapable, and equally merciless to all. The Lord Inquisitor has bestowed upon me the honor of bringing order to this cesspool of pirates and heretics, to rid Footfall of the corruption that has fettered its limbs and turned this imperial station into a hotbed of free thinking and inefficiency. And I will not rest until all have been judged. This is no tribunal. This is slaughter. Incendia studies you with a predatory smile. It must have been the Emperor's providence that brought you here to my court. It would be my pleasure to indict you for the crimes you have committed. I'll go for this one. I have just broken out after being held captive by Xenos in Comora and butchering my way through scores of enemies of humanity. Tell me, am I truly the greatest enemy of the Imperium you have been able to find? That you are loathed and feared by the enemies of humanity does not make you pure in the eyes of the Emperor. But perhaps he saw fit to set you on a different path. One of righteous genocide and blood-soaked redemption for your faults. I would never dare to go against his will. I'm gonna fucking reload if I don't get to do this. So you are in charge of Footfall now? Indeed I am. When the Lord Inquisitor enacted martial law in the Expanse, I offered him my support at once. Footfall was chosen as the Lord Inquisitor's headquarters, and the position of Footfall's liege was temporarily abolished while this war lasts, or perhaps longer than that. All authority was transferred to the station's warden, to me. While the Lord Inquisitor is preoccupied with matters of strategic planning, I am tasked with security and order. And there is much to do on that front. Pirates and smugglers, apostates and cold traders, deserters and outlaws. Every one of them warrants my attention. Cracking her neck, stiff from many hours of reading documents, Incendia again scoops up the brains from the open skull. No, she doesn't. He's dead. What makes you think that you are entitled to govern this place as you see fit? Such is the law of Footfall. Any rogue trader who arrives here assumes the right of absolute authority. Surely it is not that cutthroat Tukara who deserves to rule this station? He will soon be hanging from a noose. And so will his Casbalican henchmen, and so will those Anve firebrands whose outrageous activities brought Footfall so much grief. Once you hindered my efforts to subdue this station. I saved it from starvation. Yet here I am now, dispensing justice to the wicked. I only regret that I was unable to get started sooner. Then Tukara's troublemaker would have already been crushed instead of lurking in cargo bays and maintenance tunnels. Regardless, I will deal with them soon enough. Whom do you judge? All of them. Thieves, smugglers, pirates, traitors, heretics, deserters, abettors, harborers, cowards, and perjurers. Any who has ever trespassed, any who has ever protected a miscreant, or kept quiet about a crime they knew of, they all will be condemned. With obsessive determination, Incendia starts going through her papers, seemingly no longer aware that she is doing so. More and more new convicts are being granted the great boon of undergoing servitude in perpetuities, and having rid themselves of sinful consciousness of serving the Imperium free from doubt and weakness. Footfall will once again become a bastion of law and righteousness. I will eradicate all heresy that prevents the faithless from giving themselves over to the good of toiling in his name. And how long has your court been in session already? Incendia seems slightly perplexed by your question. She starts moving signed sentences from one stack to another, then says uncertainly, 3 weeks. The court carries on day and night, so my sense of time eludes me. There is nothing just about this trial. Your accusations are contrived, and their purpose is simply to turn the entire population of Footfall into pliant automatons. Do you think that I find enjoyment in this? Looking at vileness upon vileness, listening to one excuse after the other? I loathe this, and despise every malefactor out there. If I were weak of will, I would have obliterated this foul station with nuclear fire. Instead, I am here to offer each of them the right to be judged in his name and the chance to return to his fold renewed. The universe is a terrifying place. We are surrounded by the arch-enemy's machinations and Xeno scum who would deny us our right to exist. The threat is inconceivable, and human weakness will not help us avert it. If man is weak, I rid him of his spinelessness and feebleness, endowing him with a sacred narrowness of mind and eradicating all that prevents him from utilizing his whole self in the service of the Imperium. She is not lying. You can tell by her eyes and her voice, trembling with earnest faith, that Incendia genuinely believes in every word she just said. Gonna point at the hapless assassin's corpse. I can tell you're quite popular with the locals. This attempt was mediocre and far from the first, but my enforcers and my throne keep me safe. She passes the armrest and smiles. Its refractor field is impervious even to tank shells. A thief Takara had his sacred Drusian relics stashed in one of his storerooms. Where is the Lord Inquisitor? In the Leisure's chambers, coordinating the Expanse's defense. His attention is focused on matters of vital importance, and he's not seeing any supplicants. The soldier wearing inquisitorial armor echoes Incendia's words. Your ladyship cannot see the Lord Inquisitor now. However, he bade to inform your ladyship that he will summon you later when the circumstances permit him to do so. We shall see whether Footfall will thank the Emperor for your reign. Oh, thank Christ. In due time, I will weed out all the taint that has bred here on Footfall for so long. And then pious fear, loyalty, and devotion will once again become the pillars of this station under his watchful eye. I'm going to ask this too and hope I can get back here. What happened between you and Winterscale? Winterscale is a traitor. While the Expanse burns, ravaged by heretics and unhallowed Xenos, he abandons his duty completely and had the nerve to ignore the Lord Inquisitor's call to battle. My servants are taking over his worlds and ships, while he is hiding from reckoning and indulging in his base urges. Soon enough, he too will stand before judgment. Have you and Caligos lost your minds? The Expanse is in a calamitous state and you two are busy settling scores. You must cease this at once. Negotiating with a mad dog is off the table for now. We'll merely laugh at your talks of reconciliation and execute your envoys. For too long has Caligos reveled, that's how you say it. For too long has Caligos reveled in impunity and believed himself the king of his world. I mean, I've met him. I think he's a little bit better now. If he's healed, at least. I'm gonna go iconoclast. I'm gonna address the crowd. Those of you who acknowledge me as your sovereign are viewed by the law as subjects of House von Valancius and therefore are exempt from Chorda's judgment. I will take you aboard my ship. The hopeful crowd in the atrium starts hysterically clamoring their oaths of fealty to House von Valancius. Not one of them thinks twice about clutching at the life-saving straw you have offered them. Now, I have gained the ability transcend the potential. Once per battle, the rogue trader may choose an ally. The target ally may immediately use their heroic act without spending momentum. Ooh, that's pretty good. Oh? Incendia warily leans on an armrest and looks at you with contempt. Take this pitiful gaggle of miscreant Janes if you so desire. My trial will not end here. I have the whole of Footfall to judge. Do we fight? I think we do. We gotta. I'm gonna draw my weapon. No more judgments. Seize this disgrace and get off Footfall. Okay. Incendia touches a panel on the throne's armrest and is immediately shielded by a refractor field. You hear the sounds of alarms going off in the distance. A mocking smile cuts across her face. Go ahead, Jane. Give me a reason. The warrior clad in inquisitorial armor announces. The Lord Inquisitor's instructions were to maintain order and ensure his allies' safety, using any methods however extreme they may have to be. If her ladyship is gravely threatened, we are authorized to detonate the dome over this sector. Doing so will trigger an explosive decompression. The attackers will be destroyed during depressurization, while her ladyship will be protected by the field projected by her throne. I urge you not to take steps that might be interpreted as an act of aggression. Fine, enough words. You are accused to wait, and so do my duties. Wait. You have a duty to the Emperor that you must see to. Vladimir Takara, the deplorable rebel who once ruled this station, has slipped away from me. He is instigating the people to revolt, killing my servants, and hiding from my wrath with the dexterity of a void rat. My informers claim that he often appears in the den of unrest that bears the irreverent name of the Adeptus Amasecus. We have made several attempts to arrest him, yet he evaded capture each time. Reverend Hieronymus has gone there to convince him to surrender quietly, but his efforts have likewise been unsuccessful. In the interest of Footfall's integrity, Takara must be apprehended. As a rogue trader in authority, I order you to aid me in bringing him to justice. The asteroid where the Adeptus Amasecus is located has been cordoned off, but my enforcer will take you there. I want you to lure Takara out of his hole and seize him so that he may stand trial. Do this for the sake of Footfall's liberation and pave the road that my justice will tread. You pronounce Vladimir a criminal? Why wouldn't I? That vile rogue's infamy is known to all. He patronized thieves, smugglers, and pirates. By his allowance, heresies and unholy cults flourish. That he has evaded punishment this long can only be described as gross fuck. This accent is not entirely easy. As gross negligence, which I intend to rectify before long. Why did Hieronymus go to the Adeptus Amasecus? Reverend Hieronymus headed where the rebels are seen the most often, so he could preach to them and sway them to repent. Alas, he still cannot see the difference between those who have erred and those who are beyond any hope of redemption. And what do I stand to gain? Does it not satisfy you that order and imperial compliance will be restored on Footfall? I see you adopted too much from Theodora, namely her hubris, greed, and indifference to duty. I haven't the slightest desire to get involved with your petty squabbles. An averse grimace appears on Incendia's face, and her voice trembles with anger and tension. You still cannot grasp the fact that everything has changed, Jane. Gone is the time when you could do only what you wish to. It is now time to do what you must. As long as you refuse to cooperate, Footfall's isolated sectors will remain off-limits. Go and consider your words and your position. I guess I have to. Oh fuck. I can't speak to her right now. I guess we'll figure that out next time. I guess we'll figure out how that works when we get back. See you later.